Good morning, Year 7. Just a quick message. If you hear some weird noises, it's because my dog is behind me and he's chewing one of his toys or trying to rip it apart. So just bear that in mind if you hear any kind of weird bangs or sounds, okay? So today we're going to be looking at mixed and improper fractions and turning from one to the other. So can I ask you to start off, can you please write your date, title and both the learning objectives, because we're going to do both of them today. We're going to go from mixed numbers to improper fractions and from the other way around as well. So get all that information down, pause the video whenever you need to make sure you've got everything, and then we'll get going. Okay, so firstly we've got to kind of talk about what are mixed numbers and what are improper fractions. Oh, he's off. And so when you've got mixed numbers, you have a whole number part and then a normal fraction part. So you'll see that all of these fractions here have a whole number bit and then they have a fraction part to them. And that's why they're called mixed numbers, because they've got kind of one type of each number with them, okay? Now, improper fractions are where you've got the numerator is larger than the denominator. And they're all called improper fractions because of this, okay? Because usually what we like to deal with are fractions that have a numerator that's smaller than the denominator. So all of these, your mixed numbers here, will have a fraction part that is proper. So the numerator will be smaller than the denominator, but for an improper fraction, there's no whole number part, and you've got the numerator is larger than the denominator. So they're the two types of things that we're going to be dealing with today, and I'm sure you've seen them before. Okay, so here's your first example. So we're going to go from converting a mixed number, 3 2/5, into an improper fraction, and then we're going to go the other way around. So what I'm going to do to try and make things easier is I'm going to split my board in two. So convert 3 2/5 into an improper fraction. Well, if we think about fifths, we've got to think about how many fifths kind of go into 3. Well, that would be 3 times 5, wouldn't it? So 3 times 5 and then we've got the extra 2/5 that we've got. So that would be 15. And then we do 15, add 2, and that gives us 17. Now our final answer would be 17, and we would use the same denominator, which is 5. Okay, so our answer would be 17/5. So a quick way you can think about this is you can multiply the 3 by the 5, add the 2, and then write over the 5. So multiply the whole number part by the denominator, then add the 2, and then write it over 5. Okay, next one, convert 22/3 into a mixed number. So we're going the other way. We want to end up with a whole number part and then a fraction part, the proper fraction part. Firstly, we've got to think about how many 3's go into 22. So 22 divided by 3, how many 3's go in? 7, remainder 1, isn't it? Because it goes in 21 and then we've got one remainder to get up to 22. So 7 is our whole number part, and that remainder 1 goes on the top, and we just use the denominator of 3. We keep the denominators the same. So our answer is 7 1/3 for 22/3. Okay, so make sure please that you've got that written down in your books or on your paper, whatever you're using. And we're just going to do a little bit more practice, I think, just especially with those going from mixed numbers to improper fraction ones. So write the following fraction as an improper fraction. Firstly, we would do the whole number multiplied by the denominator. And then we do 6, add the 2, because we've got that extra, which gives us 8/3. And we always use the same denominator, whatever denominator we're given. Have a look at the next one. The 1 times the 5, which gives us 5. And then we do 5, add 4, which gives us 9. And then we write it over 5. 9/5. And the last one, 2 times the 5, so the whole number times the denominator, 2 times 5 is 10. Add the numerator, 10 add 3 gives us 13 over 5. Okay, so 13 fifths, 9 fifths and 8 thirds are your answers for those. So if you're still not sure, I would go on My Maths and have a little look at their lesson on there, but I'm sure you'll pick this up absolutely fine. Multiply the big number by the denominator, add the numerator, and write it over the denominator. One last example for you here, because we need to be able to do it after we've added our fractions together, so write that down please. Work out 3/4 plus 2/3. Now, remember we need a common denominator when we're adding things with different denominators. So 3/4, 2/3. Well, we know the denominator is going to be 12. What have we times 4 by to get 12? We times it by 3, so we need to do 3 times 3, which is 9. What have we times 3 by to get 12? Well, we times it by 4, so we need to do 2 times 4, which is 8. And we get 17/12. We need to write that as a mixed number. We prefer usually to have our answers as mixed numbers. We don't want any improper fractions. So how many 12s go into 17? Well, 1 goes in, remainder 5, over 12. And that would be your final answer, making sure you've got it as a mixed number. Make sure you've got that copied down and that you're ready to have a go at some of the questions. So here are the questions I'd like you to do, questions 1, 2 and 3 from exercise 8D. You're converting firstly from mixed number to improper fractions, then you're matching sum up, so you should have 4 pairs for question 2, and then for number 3 you're going from improper fractions to mixed numbers, so a good mixed bag of everything. And you're doing these in your books. Remember to take a picture of your work and either email it to me or submit it via the Google Classroom. I have got answers to these questions on the PDF that is attached to your lesson. So once you've finished the questions, you can go on the PDF if you're not on it already, and you can go to the end, scroll down to the end, and you can find the answers there for you to mark your work. Okay, remember, any questions, I'm here for you and you can ask me anything and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. All right, if you're not sure about anything. Okay, I hope you have a lovely day, Year 7.